Hey guys, it's Neill the Prove It Guy, and in this video I'm going to talk about alleviating pain from the wrist and from the elbow, so things like tennis elbow and carpal tunnel. So what happens a lot of people is they repeat an action over and over again, so they're either on a keyboard or tennis, for example, and it inflames the tendons around the elbow joint or further down. So the first thing that you have to do is if you turn your arm over, if you flex, you should see different lines of muscle. If you don't have that, then just feel around and you'll feel the muscle and in between them. So you're looking for the soft spot between the muscles. Once you find that and you just move around, you'll notice that some of it's a bit tight and actually makes it sore wherever your pain actually is. So first of all, you just give that a bit of a massage. So the easiest way to do that is just to grip relatively tight and then just roll. So instead of trying to work out how to rub it, just hold it relatively tight and rub the arm back and forward. Then with a palm, just press in. And again, all I'm doing is moving my arm up and down. But as I do that, my other arm rotates. So it's sort of hitting the whole forearm without me having to think too much about it. The next thing then you do is you get something like a tennis ball or a half bottle of water, something that you can squeeze. And you squeeze as tightly as you can. When you squeeze it, pay attention to how strong your grip is and give it a scale from 10 being really good and 0 being no strength at all. So if I'm squeezing that and I think my grip's at about an 8 at the minute for how it normally is, then I squeeze and I look for a bit that, so here I'm just going to feel muscle and bone and nothing too dramatic. And then when I get to about here, there's a lot of movement. You'll see it's not as much movement here, and then in here there's a lot more. So that's around about where the tendon lies. Then I'm going to release the pressure on the ball, and that will push my thumb slightly further in. So you don't want to go too deep. You just want to go deep enough that you can feel it. And then you do small circles, so a small circular massage. And it should be comfortably uncomfortable. It should kind of hurt at the start, but not a 10 out of 10. And then as you just massage that, it should start to lessen. Then you re-squeeze the arm to test it. After that, just place your hand on where you were pressing and just roll the wrist back and forward. Still holding the ball, but you're not trying to squeeze this time. Then get rid of the ball and pull. You're going to do it down, but you pull your hand and just manipulate it that way. If you have it down, it's actually better. So there's gravity helping. And then you retest the grip. So when you test the grip, you should notice, so even though I don't have any elbow issue or any wrist issue, it's improved my grip just by loosening that up. So that can get tight, and that's what can cause a lot of the pain inside the elbow and down in the wrist as well. So you're just loosening both. If you find that point worked well, you can feel around. There's a few other points. Again, you might just find a tight part of the muscle, or you might find actual tendon that's tight as well. And again, you just do the same thing. You make your fist gripping something. You feel around, you find something. So here's a wee bit tight on me as well. Then release the grip, and exactly the same thing. I just massage that as well till the pain goes, and then I retest it. Then to end that, hold and just rub the arm. So again, you're massaging it without making too much effort. And then what you want to do then is roll from your elbow and your wrist. So you scoop the wrist like this, and you allow the elbow to turn out and in. So as you do a circle, you can just add like a flap. So you're flapping like an elbow wing as you roll. A lot of people just roll the wrist like this. When you roll the wrist, you want to actually be engaging the tendons around as you go. So you're drawing a circle that way. Then you can hold it and just go up and down. So you can hold it straight out and do that, and then side to side, or you can hold it at a bent. Depends on how much mobility you have within it. The next thing to do is to just grab onto your fingertips, and I place my thumb on the back of my hand, and I just straighten the hand like this. If you're happy enough with that, you can pull your arm down and straighten out your elbow. And if you're happy with that, then the next step is to go straight here. Then you do it again on the back, so you push here. So you could do the fingers, but there's not much going on the wrist, so we grab here, and I always just cup around and press down. If I'm happy with that, I can straighten out below, and if I'm happy with that, I can straighten out in front. So there you're doing your 2 positions. Once you do that one, you can press your thumb in like that to your side, so the fingers are out of the way, and you're grabbing your wrist and just pressing the thumb in so it touches onto the inside of the wrist. If you can do that, then start to do the fingers and the thumb and press them in, and you'll notice it pulling. Again, be gentle with it so that you don't do too much, you're not overstretching it too much. And then a roll and a shake out. That should open up the area that's being tight from like whatever it is that you've been doing. So if you've been just repeating the same action over and over again, or if you've been grappling and you're getting the elbow strained, this should loosen it up. Or if you do something that's labor intensive, where you're carrying things all day, or even being on a keyboard. So I know that it's a very elbow focused, but loosening up this will loosen up everything else right down, so it can help with carpal tunnel as well. I'm going to show you now what, if you can get someone to do it with you, what it looks like when you do it to a partner. And the last point is that you can just do this as often as you want. So you can squeeze on it. I do it a lot whenever I do any training. I just massage it, or just in with the thumb and just massage up and down the arm just to keep everything loose, because I do a lot of grip strength work. If you're doing this technique with a partner, so if you're getting someone to do it to you, they take your hand and you squeeze as hard as you can and register how hard you're squeezing so you know if it's improving. Then they feel up your arm, you'll feel the 2 muscles at the top, and then there's a sort of a soft spot here. Then they release the squeeze and you just ask them, does that feel all right there? Yeah. So you know you're sort of in the right spot. Then they just massage it in a circle until it feels like, it should sort of feel like it's hard at the start, but then it should soften up, and then it should just sort of dissipate altogether. Then you just roll the wrist in your hand. So you're still holding the point and rolling the wrist. And then at the end, you grab the wrist and gently just pull it apart. Then they recheck the squeeze, and the squeeze should get stronger, and that's how you'll know if you're doing it. So that's if you're doing it with someone else. So get them to squeeze. You squeeze their hand, you feel up between the muscles, so you feel you're going to feel like a tendon move there. You'll generally see in their face if you're on the right spot. So for some people it could be higher up on the forearm, for others it could follow it round, or it could be down. You have to sort of play around with it till you get it. Then you squeeze it till it softens or dissipates completely. Give the wrist a wiggle. So basically you're just doing that with the wrist whilst you're holding the point, and then after that you just take the wrist and separate it, and then give it about a wee couple turns. So you're just trying to do a figure 8 with it, back and forward, and then retest the strength. Squeeze again, and you should notice a difference. Good, relax. So I hope you got something from this video. Try it out, let me know in the comments below how you got on with it, and if you want to make sure that you don't miss any of my videos, hit that wee bell below, and if you could hit subscribe, that'd be amazing, so then I know that you are interested in the videos I'm doing. And you hit subscribe by just pressing on that button there. And the last video I did is just over there as well. So thank you very much, and have an amazing day, whatever you get up to.